Hi, this is Esteban, and I am just making this video to give you some information about my 6 weeks to stage program that I'm putting together starting in July. I'm hoping to get this off the ground, and I just want to give you some basic information. I'm going to do a really quick overview of what I'm actually offering, how the whole thing is actually going to work. So if you are interested, just keep watching, and I'll try to get through this probably in about 5 minutes or so. But what's going on is a friend of mine, Rob Ridgway, he actually owns 12th Fret Music in Boise, and he's agreed to actually host this whole thing. There's a rehearsal space in his area, as well as he has a small stage in his music store as well. And he's agreed to actually allow the students to use professional gear as well as use the gear during the actual performance. So we can use the gear for rehearsals as well as using the gear for the performance as well. And so we set the date for August 17th. What I want to do is get at least 6 students as part of the group to get things going. Hopefully we can get a couple groups and make this all happen. So just kind of listen to what's going on here, and I'll show you, give you again a quick overview about what's actually offered in the program. So what I've done here is just made a little map of what the whole program is actually about. And I've been reading a book by Victor Wooten, and in this book he talks about basically there's always beauty to be found, and it's necessary to find it in all things and all people if real change is to be made in this world. It is always easier to build upon this beauty than to pretend it is not there and try to create it from scratch. So he's referring to the artistic process and how people actually approach learning and creating art, and then using obviously music as the framework for this, and actually creating art in real time within a group of people. So the idea of the whole program, unlike traditional music lessons, this is a performance-based band program that teaches students how to play an instrument while performing with a band on stage. The ability to play music with their peers and the opportunity to perform in front of live audiences helps to motivate students to take their music training seriously. In addition to music skills, they build confidence and teamwork skills. We will teach all aspects of music business to those who are interested in making this a career or serious hobby that will last a lifetime. So my goal here is to have our students actually feel like rock stars and give them the opportunity to know what it's like to be on stage, be in a band environment, rehearsal, and work towards making that happen on a consistent basis over time. So this is just the first workshop, kind of a taste of how this is going to work going on to the future. So what I've done is just outline basically what we would be doing during the workshop. So obviously we'll be playing tunes. So we break down different genres: jazz, blues, rock, and classical music, some of the most prominent genres that have influenced 20th century music over the years. And then we just have a list of tunes that we're going to be putting together and to make this all happen. So we'll be picking basically a set list from these songs. These are historically significant tunes, and based on their popularity and also ease to play and the significance in just learning music in general. Okay, so as far as this, we'd also be looking at some songwriting concepts. So there'll be a lot of jamming involved, talking about song forms, talking about thematic developments, form, and other concepts within a songwriting framework. Looking at improvisation skills, of course, we want to take some solos in our songs, and we'll be discussing basic harmony, breaking down scales, arpeggios, melodic development, and again, a lot more jamming. And we want to really focus on the elements of music and really focus around the groove and see how that makes learning music much more fun and effective working with a group of people. So we talked about the basic elements of music: notes, articulation, technique, feel, dynamics, rhythm, tone, phrasing, space, as well as listening. We'll be discussing practice strategies. So we'll be basing this around song form, harmonic structure, rhythm training, pitches, and creating basic bass lines. And then finally, really focusing on the performance. We'll be talking about like being on stage, putting your game face on, how to actually have presence, interacting with the audience, and much more. So some of the main features of the program during the workshop would be using professional gear and vintage gear. So basically, so that you can feel and know what it sounds like to use this equipment in different combinations. Meeting in a real rehearsal space, so that you can know what it's like to rehearse in an environment that's designed specifically for creating art, and not just a practice room where it's just you and your instrument and basically a practice room. So we'll be learning how to use gear and play in a group so that you can learn to collaborate and be team focused and driven to complete a musical vision and give a great show, which is really art happening in real time. We want to work towards a common artistic goal with other like-minded musicians so that we can be a leader as well as a team member. You can focus on your role in the group and supporting the overall outcome, learning skills in management, and learning how to become a finisher. And finally, we'll be given a real concert on stage in front of a live audience of friends, family, and peers, basically, so that you can feel like a rock star. So, what I'm going to be doing is sending more information out about how all of this is going to be put together as far as the details, the location, time, pricing, things like that. And so I'll be sending that out here within the next couple days. So I just wanted to give you a quick overview of what I'm trying to do and just to generate some interest. If you do have any questions, feel free to contact me back. I'll be happy to answer them. Otherwise, just wait for a day or two and I'll be sending you some more information. Thanks for listening. I'll talk to you soon.